No sound. No sound. I just heard myself, so we're good. News in 3 minutes. That's what we're waiting for. Alrighty. All right, there's news. Get financial juice on here, actually.
Yeah, job openings are down.
Down.
Yeah.
Spot 4, seeing downside in Dixie, upside in stocks.
Now we're entering into some higher fair value gaps. Not too worried, though. Just scalping along right now. I think it's moving a little too quick for me to alert, but I am in long at 9:01 right now. Just trimmed at 15 points.
We have posted the US JOLTS job openings October 2023 report on the feed for all those interested. Oil futures extend gains, US crude up by $1 a barrel.
Taking a bit more off at 20 points. Again, it's not an alert, so just a manual trade, or not a manual trade, just a scalp. Little bonus.
US 5-year Treasury yields fall to 4.123%, the lowest since August 10th.
Could be getting some liquidity here. going to try to look more at oil and gold for some opportunities. Yesterday, I mentioned on stream, I think it was like 25 or 40 point play on gold that I didn't end up taking, but setup was there. Oil's a little bit less attractive usually, unless I can obviously catch a trend. Maybe next leg up here. Let's see. Moon, I'm just probably talking too soft. I'll try to talk louder. No, Salty, I'm not in short. Nope. No, I might be eventually, but right now it's all long. Looking for some sort of signal to go short because I think that we probably grabbed enough liquidity here. Although the daily is still inside green. Weekly's red, monthly's red, but inside. Still just chopping around. Teaching Tuesday, 0 to funded, and well, the whole area. I think I'll do it in Google Meets, but I'm not
The
going to
Dixie
record it on Google Meets.
pairs gains after jolts
Just 'cause
data
Google
last
Meets
down
recording,
0.019%
is
at
not very good
103.6
compared to my OBS recording. So I will record it in OBS and then, but it will probably be in Google Meets. So start time probably at around 11:30, and I think the content probably will take 20 minutes or so, and then we'll open up for some Q&A. That'll be that. ES is looking a lot better for a short. Pretty clear. Let me see here. Did we break over this high here? Or did we just tap it? Just tapped it. Impressive. I can't figure out. I've been trying to fix my my restream to include Twitch, but my Twitch stream is just showing a black screen. It's weird.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to show Mo this girl who's into ICT, but I can't get this to work.
Clip. I think all my clips are me doing something stupid like twerking and doing the fucking gluck and like whatever else. That's all my clips are. It's never like bang or trade 50 points or something. It's always like, kid did a gluck.
Yeah, your viewers rose by 50% after
I try
that.
to like get like funny
New
titles,
15-minute
and
candle.
everything, bro. I have a ring light and we turn it on. Nobody gives a there. Wow.
He's a man of the night.
Good, Tim.
Yeah, dude, shut that off, man.
Focus that camera.
Already?
What about my camera?
Focus it, bro.
It is focused.
Dude, we need company.
The light is so white that it like that's what I'm saying.
We can see
Tim,
your
promise
soul.
me that if you have another...
ECB's Vucic on the wire says decisions are data dependent. And ECB's Vucic says my baseline scenario is no further rate hikes.
Man, there's a lot of government officials talking about no more rate hikes. This one's the ECB, but it'll be pretty similar over here, I would imagine.
Taking a look at the Fear and Greed Index, 67 out of 100 equaling greed, and the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, 75 out of 100 also equaling greed. And looking at the VIX, currently up 1% on the session at 13.22.
Just chopping around right now. No need to get in anything. I already grabbed about 10, 15 points in that trade. I didn't alert, but I said in voice.
ECB's Vucic says rate cuts are not expected in the short term. According to Punchbowl News, Treasury Secretary Yellen says it's critical to provide stable coins oversight.
John Doe says, I think there's another person talking calling out market. Oh, yeah. That's my financial juice. He's just in the background. I turned him down. Excuse me. It just tells me good snippets. Looks like a long right now, by the way. Finger on the trigger. Be a breakout play here. 212 up on the 5 is also confluence. Two 1-2 up on the 3. How's the 30 looking? Looking okay.
And more from Yellen as she says persistently high rates pose challenges.
How's ES doing? ES is lower, but still bullish. I am going to go long. 24.75 NQ. Stops probably 20 points. Wow, what a red candle. Going in this break of structure. It's a hard stop for me. That looks like a liquidity sweep. That looks like a nasty liquidity sweep. It did respect that fair value gap. That's the reason I'm still in it right now. Were you cautious of entering on the initial 2-2 up on the 5 because of the high break? No, I didn't see the 2-2 up. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't see it. I was probably looking at ES or something. It's all right. This is definitely the last line of defense, and if it doesn't reject off this and go higher, then this is a liquidity sweep, and I'm looking to go short, which is kind of where I was thinking anyway, except there are still more fair value gaps up here to reach for, so going long's not a bad play. All right, stopped out of that. I am flipping and going short. 15,904.75. This one is 10-pointer. I am going to add into it actually. Already up 10 points. Going to add under that breakage structure right below us, which would be at about 20 points. $20 hit. Next trim's at 40 and a fat fair value gap from the news. We already are in one from the 5-minute. 3 minutes on this 15-minute. Well, I'm saying minute a lot, but this is the sentence I need to say. 3 minutes left on this 15-minute fair value gap. And if it or 15-minute candle, and if it ends failed 2, a 2 down would be ideal here. Taking a little more off at 74. Just prior to the 40 trim, and then I'll trim at 50. Made up all the loss and then some right now. Looking to try to get that 40 trim. Do you skip 3R for 10 point? Yeah, I skip 3R most of the time actually. Just because and it's something to be transparent. It's something I'm still testing, but in my eyes, for price to go from 2R to stop loss break even is the same for price to go to 2R to 4R. And I know that's not what the R multiplier is for, but my idea is that if it's going to go to 3R, what's the chances that it's already going to go to 4R if I'm already, because if I'm up 2R, I probably caught the trend, right? So Kenneth said, "Are you in Q calls? Not if I didn't alert any." Nope. Nada. Morning, Deontay. John Doe. Jesse, when you say a liquidity sweep, do you mean we need more friends to keep going? No. I mean, the short people the short people needed more friends to keep going, so they found some up here on the buy side liquidity. Now we broke structure. We're probably going to reject right at my break even or somewhere in that area and then keep going. So I'm not sure if I said hard stop loss break even, but I'm debating to take it off, but we shall see. I haven't even looked at Tesla today. Yeah, no thoughts on Tesla. It looks long. I guess that is a thought. Looks long. Alan said, "So how do you
Oil
scale your
futures
trailing
extend
stop? I
gains.
struggle with
Brent
that. I have
crude
auto
up
trail,
by
but I miss a
$1
lot
a
that way."
barrel.
Yeah, I don't use auto trail for sure. That is a recipe to lose, but it's also a recipe to capture profit. So my trims typically at 1R I'm taking off half, at 2R I'm taking off another 25%, and after that it's typically 1 or 2 contracts max. It just depends how much I'm adding into the trade as well. Like on a trade where we kind of just go straight down and I'm still adding into the trade, or we have pullbacks and then I'm adding for another break of structure, I'm able to trim more than you would if you entered with just 5 contracts and trimmed 1 at every R multiplier. A lot of people struggle with trimming and capturing profit that way. So a lot of traders will just do a TP, and whether that's, some people do 2R, some people do kind of just depends. Some people just do 1-to-1 and win a lot more than they lose, and then they just get they close everything at 1R, or they close everything at 2R. When I'm capturing like a 200-point trade, most of my profit is made before 100 points, and then the extra 200 points is more for it's 1 or 2 contracts that I'm holding all the way to 200, and that's micros at that point. So yeah, there's lots of ways to go about capturing profit, and it needs to be just something that works for you and your personality. If your personality is that you hate missing out on profit, then maybe trimming's good for you. But if your personality is that you're stressed during the entire trade, then you need to probably have a stop loss and a TP and let one of those two hit, right? So on forex, I don't trim. I have a stop loss and a TP, and I'll let one of those hit. On futures, I'm for how experienced I am in trading, I'm able to get in and out of trades, in and out of one trade multiple times, and add in more and scale that out, and add in more and scale that out, and back and forth. If we go down, I'll add in more up here, or I'll add in more. at like a pullback, and then I'll scale more out at a break structure. Or if it's a 2-1-2, I'll add more on the break, and then I'll scale out at a strat setup. But you need to be confident in your trading setup to be able to do that, because you're essentially taking multiple trades at the same time on the same ticker. And then you also need to, the complicated part, like you need to watch your P&L, and you need to watch your averages and make sure that you're not losing money on the overall trade. So scaling out or adding in and scaling out in the same trade is a very advanced technique, but that's kind of where I make that's where I exponentially make money. Yeah, I'm trying to put together a plan for trading minis, so I usually will TP early. Yeah, minis, absolutely. And if you want to, I mean, I know it's hard. I don't know where you trade, if you trade personal money or prop firm, but if you trade on Top Step where they don't allow you to have a ton of micros, they say you can have 15 contracts on 150K. Well, that means you can have 15 minis or 15 micros. So I know that it depends where you trade, but something a lot of people will do is once they take TP on a mini, they'll switch to a micro and add a couple micros. So like if you have one mini and you close, then you can open up 5 micros, and essentially you took 50% profit of your micro or your mini position. Hopefully I'm making sense. Shola said, "Does 1R equal 10 points on a 10-point stop?" It does. So earlier I lost 20 points on a 20-point play. That's still minus 1R, but on a 10-point play, I have more size on. So a 10-point trim is equivalent to a 20-point trim on the play before. Just to keep risk consistent, which is one of the most important pieces of trading. Nicholas said, long, what does that mean? Just bullish. Nicholas said, what trading platform do you use? I chart on TradingView. I trade a ton of different places: Thinkorswim, Webull, Robinhood, Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, MetaTrader. I've dabbled in Quant Tower. So, but charting is all here for simplicity's sake. ES still stuck in the middle of the range. Wondering if we grabbed enough liquidity here. ES respected that fair value gap pretty well. Gold is starting to dump. See what a 15er looks like. Ooh, 15, 2-1-2 down. But I missed that, obviously. Oil kind of just choppy and not interested. Interested in gold. Probably can't get in it at this point, though. NQ looking long. Might be looking to get some options here. Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. For sure. 2-1-2 up on Microsoft. AMD probably. AMD 120 calls 1.42. Amazon is at the higher ADR, well above the ADR actually. Meta still falling. See what happens here. Two minutes, 50 seconds left on this 15-minute inside bar. Man, Amazon's still just straight moonshotting. Q's trim at 0.75. 0.75. All kind of turning around. I don't know if I want to get in anything on on futures yet. Feel like down here was probably the entry. Failed 2-2 or something. 2-1-2 up on the 5 10 minutes ago. 15-minute 2 up might be interesting, but we'll see. Gold down 2 points from my last time I looked at it. Two 1-2 up on the 15 now. 0.90 trim on the Qs. AMD at 1.58, 1.59. Tapey. 1.01 on Qs. Now at 1. Ooh, huge red candle. More liquidity grabbing, looks like. Still could have gotten, what, 20 points out of that? 25 points? Off just the 2-1-2 up on the 15. Now back under 15,950. Out of meta overnights, and that's it. I'll keep the rest. We are at a 1 hour order block. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff above us. There were several fair value gaps. Oopsies. Yeah, and like you said, order blocks. I'd probably say the order block's a little high. I can see it here too, though. But then you look at the 4 hour fair value gap as well. 30-minute fair value gap. So we could reject at any point, really. Good YM and NQ divergence. Yeah, YM didn't go down or go up as far immediately. Nick likes to look at the RTY. Oil looks like a good long. New 5-minute candle here. This is where I like options. Kind of grenade entry. I just feel like it's going to go long based on what I'm seeing, but I don't have a great entry for future. The good entry was down at 1910, 212 up. But obviously I missed that boat. Tony, I just didn't see it. Just didn't see it. 212 up on the 15 was probably a good re-entry, but the only thing I saw for a lower time frame strat setup was a 212 up on the 1. And I don't love taking those. Maybe this fair value gap would have been a good one created at the 1038 candle. That might have been a good entry. Looks like we're going to go for another leg here, though, so I might get in long.
Noting gold down 1%.
One minute left on this 5-minute candle. I like a long here. I'm going to be done in 5 minutes. I don't know if I want to be buying at an order block or not.
Tomorrow is a tomorrow is a
I'm going to take a long here, 58.50. In partials. I might average at this fair value gap if it gets here. If not, I have buy stops above at 61. and I will get my average and probably do a 10-point stop after I get my average. Shola said Q seemed to try to be filling the gap. Maybe. It definitely filled the gap down here. So I don't... It might need to fill one of these, which is why if it doesn't start moving quickly, I'll probably hop out. Did you enter NQ longs? One minute left on this inside bar. See what happens here. I do have some averages sitting at 45. Still same hard stop loss for it'd be a full 1 hour loss. Gotta check out Google Slide, make sure everything is up to par there. Yep. Go. Yes. Yeah, one of the two will get filled. So if the buy stops get filled at 60, I think it's at 61. I have a lot of numbers on my screen. Yeah, 61. Yeah, exactly. 5 minute of 3, and then probably reaching into this fair value gap at 40 points away or so. Finally, I just got my invite to Top Step X. Finally. Yeah, but so does Tradeovate. Yeah, you just have to do a group. I'm very excited about that. Top Step X looked super fun, super. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Not super ideal that didn't close as a 3-bar. Oh yeah, this looks sweet. Hey, pay attention over here for now since I'm in an actual trade. Just gonna close break even. We gotta get this lesson going, and I'm not 100% convinced. I don't know. I think we're going up, but I got to go get this lesson prepped. Still very valid if you want to stay in. You got filled on ads. It hasn't hit 61 yet, unless you went a little lower. But anywho, I do think it's going up. Failed 2 down on the 5, 2 up on the 5, which we'll learn about here in about 20 minutes. So I will see everybody at Teaching Tuesday, and hope you guys had a great trading morning, and I'll see you there. So no sense in saying goodbye. See you in 20 minutes. Yep. See you guys. See you, YouTube. Thanks for coming out. I'll be here tomorrow morning. Have a good one, guys.